Technical analysis, fundamental statistics, along with reviewing my current positions and the price chart, starting off the price action. I doubled down on my position yesterday on this Fibonacci level at $7.87, the 61.8% Fibonacci level. We are breaking down, trying to confirm the breakdown. I am not selling or trying to re-enter lower because I think a bounce is imminent. 3 reasons why. Number one, we have a W here. This is okay. Now, where you want to draw the line for the first little star of the W, that's up to you. But for me, it could be. I'm open to every possibility. I don't know which one it's going to be. No one knows for sure. No one knows if this is going to come to fruition, but this is it, right? It's pretty clear, okay? And then, the next part of the W would be boom, okay? Whether you started at this 38.2% retracement level or if you started at the 0%, if you started the W right here, I've seen chart patterns like that. I mean, are we about to go, are we about to start a consistent uptrend to $17? It's not very likely, I guess, but given the stock's valuation, I think it kind of is long term, at least for sure it is long term. Now, whether or not the W is going to come to fruition very quickly, that is up to debate. But the other two indicators, I want to show you the moving averages. We're on the daily here. Remember, all the chart patterns and the moving averages and the RSI and all the indicators on the daily are going to be more strong and likely to come to fruition and likely to actually be true in what they're saying compared to the 1 hourly or 30-minute or 4 hourly, right? Higher the time frame, higher the credibility. We have the most important moving average, the 200-day exponential moving average. I guess it's not necessarily the most important. It's one of my favorite ones, though. The 200-day EMA, it is coming up, and it is going to be intersecting with this level right here, which you may be wondering, what the heck is that? But the second reason is this 200-day EMA that is going to be acting as some significant support for the stock. Let's turn those off. The third reason is that this ascending or descending level of support here, this was validated on the 10th of February at the peak at all-time highs, or 52. Okay, second, not 52-week highs, but it's peak there. We have perfect validations when we were trying to break out of the downtrend, got rejected 1,000 times. We recently got the breakout, but now we are still bleeding, and we are literally trying to slip back into that pattern. We're getting a little bit of support. We got support off this ascending level or descending level, and right now we only have like 1, maybe 2 more percentages, maybe 3 to get down to the $7.39 level, depending on when it is, right? If it happens today, it'll be, if it happens a week from now, it'll be all the way down to $6, right? But I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting, if there's any more bleeding, expecting a dip down to this level, wherever it is time frame wise, today or tomorrow or in an hour, whatever, okay, short term, right? This is time sensitive information. I'm expecting a hit at this level, a strong bounce, and then I'm expecting to break out of this Fibonacci level. And then I don't have exact calculations for what the price action is going to look like, but I do expect a strong bounce off this descending level of support here. This stock has gotten absolutely killed. The markets have not helped this at all. I mean, the markets have helped this. The stock just has not taken the help. The markets have been doing fine. Last 2 weeks and last 2 weeks, it's been fine. This week and last week, the intervention does not want to react, and we've got good news that we're going to go over. It does not make sense. We got a bullish. The technicals are bullish here, so this is a great trade in my opinion. I want to also look at the Bollinger Bands on the daily. There's not much to say here. We are below the middle Bollinger Band, and the bands are just going. The outside bands are just going sideways, which indicates it's going to be the same amount of volatility, roughly as 2 days ago. So nothing there. But also we have the fact that we are below this middle Bollinger Band, and not by a ton, but guys, when you go below the middle Bollinger Band, I was saying it throughout the uptrend. I knew it. Okay, it's an inevitable thing. When you go below or above that middle Bollinger Band, this one right here, you're going to come back to it and at least test it and reject it at least, if not go above it, right? So this one is below a fair amount. So inevitably, whether that's going to be tomorrow or in a month or in 5 years, right? Very unlikely to be a long time. Usually it happens, as you can see, usually it happens within a couple of weeks, a month maximum, right? We are likely to see within whatever time, right? We are going to see it come back to that middle Bollinger Band, which is trading at $9.39. That would be close to a 20% increase. That probably would be 25% increase for the stock. So that is something to keep in mind. I also want to look at the RSI and the MACD. MACD, we are in bearish territory, but just like BNGO, once we get a couple green days, we're going to get the bullish confirmation for the MACD. The signal line is going to cross below. That is going to represent some major bullish sentiment for the stock. But remember, the daily is slow and it is not reactive of price action as much as, say, the 4 hourly. So let's look at the 4 hourly. Let's get multiple time frames. We don't want to just be looking at one time frame. It is the exact same basically on the 4 hourly. So take this for what it is, but that's what we're looking at. On the RSI, We're looking at 36, 33. So we're looking very good, very oversold. We're not below 30 yet, which you want to buy below 30. But guess what? With stocks like this, it's very unlikely that you're going to see 30 or 20 on the RSI ever. We've only seen it once on the daily in the last in a long time. Okay. Since September of last year. Okay, that's the last time we saw it. Besides the correction. So this is very unlikely. And guess what? The closer we get to being at 30, the higher the chances for a reversal. So that is bullish as well. ARQ Holdings, this is bullish. They are not selling out, regardless of bleeding and margin calls potentially, as most stocks do bad. We had a recent correction, right? Stocks are doing a little better now overall for ARQ, but still not too great. And the fact that they are still holding most of their nano dimension is very bullish to me. ARKW, same thing. IZRL, same thing. Not much movement, but they are still holding, so this is good. Here's the news that is a little weird. I have mixed feelings on this. New president here. So, I mean, you can go and I'll link this thread in here. You can go read some speculation in here. Okay, some people I think it's a little bit sketchy. It's not huge for me. This guy thinks someone who thinks who works in HR, and typically this is a very good sign to see several different positions across all areas of operation hiring. This is where some of the raised capital is going to use. When raised capital, he means from the offerings, right? Remember when we used to call nano dimension, nano direct offering dimension? That money that they raised from those direct offerings, the offerings is what he's referring to here. Do your due diligence. But I hope this has good info. Okay, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this one. The credentials of this guy are very good. Let's go over those right here. Okay, this guy has been CEO of several technology companies, blah, blah, yada, 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 yada. Okay, from 1990 to 2005, he's the CEO of this company here. He grew the company from $8 million to $330 million over a 5-year period, including 9 acquisitions. That's what you want to see here. Now, of course, this does not mean that just because one guy came from a company with a lot of acquisitions, he's going to transfer them into the new company. No, of course not. But this guy knows how to get acquisitions done. I'm not saying the current CEO doesn't, but this guy is, he has experience with acquisitions, and we could definitely use an acquisition right now. A lot of people would like to see what nano dimension is actually needing that capital that they raised all the way back here, what they actually needed that for. It's very interesting that they did not raise any capital up here, but they did here. Very, very interesting behavior. But this guy is highly credentialed. So this is the news. Let me know what you guys think of that. I am mixed on this. Current positions for nano dimension. I am gonna do the price targets here. I'm gonna make the price targets for yesterday's close, I think, because today's not actually closed yet. I'm gonna make the April 7th price targets for nano dimension. Everything but end of year for nano is at $40, and bull case is $80 to $100. That's what we're looking at. Relevant information is done. Dead inside trade. These are some other YouTubers that you can trust a little bit. Most of the other ones, just be careful if your one is not on here. It could be good. Probably not, though. I watch most of them. I don't know all of them, but a lot of them, just be very careful. And then mention video soon. This is it. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. We can delete that one off. Merch. Yes, I finally have news on the merch. Oh my gosh, finally. They are finally shipped. I don't have it ready yet because I have to make sure the artwork printed correctly, because I don't want to go start selling shirts that I don't even know if they're what I actually want them to look like, right? They could have printed something wrong and there's some stupid. I don't want that to happen, so I got to make sure everything looks good for those. Merch almost done. Do not disappear for all the bears on the channel. It's so funny to me because I knew this was going to happen. But when the markets go up, when the markets do well, let's just go to the NASDAQ here. Let's fold the NASDAQ. Okay. When markets do well, no one is complaining. Like, there's no haters, there's no bears. And then when the market goes down, and when our stocks are doing bad, it's like everyone is just all of a sudden now bearish. It's like, wait, where were you guys like 2 weeks ago? It's like, what? So I don't know. It's really funny, but I enjoy it. I like the haters. I like negative feedback, as Elon Musk says. Negative feedback is very valuable. It is. I love negative feedback, but a lot of it is just funny. A lot of it is just stupid. Let's be honest here. A lot of it is a little retarded, all right? A little bit. Not to offend, right? But that's what we got. All right, just now financial advice, guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.